I don't think there is a way to preserve that. Flag. When you enter a screen. I think when you enter a screen, you actually also have walk through walls active. And because you can still... well, it's the weird kind of walk through walls, I guess. The one that is also active during invisibility. Greetings, Mathfridge. Mathfridge? How do you say that? And greetings, Ironic. Mathfridge. And good evening, Cookie Punch. Now you start running with two controllers, as in the literal running, when you press A. Yeah, you actually rarely use both controllers at the same time. Technically, it's more like fake using them at the same time, alternating between the users. Exactly. When you need a second character, you simply activate him by pressing start. It's really that simple. So yeah, even though this is called two controllers, they are only used in specific situations when they are required. So, I mean, sometimes I walk around with two characters at once, but there isn't much more in there besides walking. And because it's really difficult to run with two controllers at once, as in actually dashing. For the most part, it's faster. Simply only use one controller and optimize running and switching to run through areas. That's two. Wow, did it hit me? You cannot be serious. Why did you do a stab there? That was such a perfect situation for a slash. Also, I lost count. How many did I kill? I was supposed to counter rabbits. I didn't. Oh well. If it's more than 3, I will realize it soon enough. Yeah, more than 3 left. Why do I have to stand in a specific spot for the trash glitch? Well, technically, I don't know the exact reason, but basically what we assume is the game makes a mistake while unequipping your character. So if you trash an item while unequipping your character, the game is looking for the address which corresponds to the item your character is currently wearing. And that address should be always the same. However, for some reason, the game pulls that address on where the item is equipped, as in which RAM address, from the wrong spot. And that spot, as in that RAM address, simply happens to be the X coordinate on your screen. Oh. Is that lag for anyone else? Or am I lagging for anyone? I didn't drop any frames, but Twitch might be funny again. Okay. Let me put it like this, I feel like I would wanted to do a safety save before the Spiky Tiger and the... what's its face? Fire guy, I guess? But I don't think they are necessary. Not really, at least. As in, as long as we have high enough HP... oh, one frame dash. First frame dash. It shouldn't be an issue. That's one. Go down a troll. Another... no? Okay. Hang on. It had 2 HP left. That's why. Oh, another first frame dash. For those that don't know, if you hit dash on the first available frame after you enter screen, you dash in that exact direction you are currently facing in. Which is obviously less than ideal if you want to go a little bit differently. Yeah, the Psyche, I leave that in there. I could fix it, but it has been there for so long, and I didn't notice until quote-unquote recently. I was actually sidestepping the other stairs, or I tried the once. Whatever. Yeah, I don't think we have to save in front of Spiky Tiger. I would like to save in front of Jabberwocky or something like that. Because he can literally 100 to 0 you if you are unlucky. I mean, I experienced it, that he used basically acid rain twice in a row so quickly that I couldn't do anything in between. The first one killed one character, and the second one was strong enough on 2 characters to kill them as well. Saving and resetting to save 2 text boxes and having to walk outside all the way. Time a little bit. Also, I should have swapped my weapon on the stairs. Because that seems like a better idea in general. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was really bad on my end. Well, that's 2 enemies. I have to stop running earlier. 3. That was a low damage roll. That's unfortunate. So that's 4 enemies, which means I need 7 more enemies in Gaia's level to level up my spear before the Dwarven village. Well, Raven, depending on boss, we might never even see that boss. Just saying. So, I need 7 enemies, which means I kill this guy. I need... Oh no. That was unfortunate. If I hit them 3 times for 21, I only need to deal 1 more damage to kill them. How did you dodge that? That was impressive. So, 2 more. And I leveled up my spear. Around here, because I need to hit this guy, hopefully. That was kind of risky, running past him there, I think. Bye-bye. Oops. I level up my spear. Oh, and I run into walls. That's too early to run into walls. Too early, I don't have any companions yet, I need to manipulate. Oops. I wonder whether I'm going to run into some walls I usually do to manipulate my AI companions during the 3-player co-op run. That would not be so clever, I think. That was too early. Also, I rarely read chat during dungeons, so... Sorry, Stinger, what did you mean? Push the first goblin the wrong way. Yeah, he went the wrong way, basically. By himself, all by himself. As in... I messed up. That's simple, really. Yeah, manipulating my own AI is also pretty useful, I think. Buying way too many chain vests because I want to crash them. Power wrist. By the way, power wrist gives you 5 strength. It's pretty neat. Wrong way! Ever since we optimized the menus, I get even more upset now that I moved the wrong way in the menu screen. Ah. You think that's faster? Because I can shove the other goblin along the way. So I'm not actually staying in place. So what's happening here? What I just did in the shop there is I manipulated the game into letting me select my second item slot, which was empty at the time, so I literally sold nothing for almost 30,000 gold per unit. And, well, I got a ton of money. Enough for the rest of the game. And also, afterwards I equipped some additional armor and then trashed it in the trash can. By standing on a very specific spot on the screen, you can actually alter some values in, well, the memory, which you are not supposed to alter. Basically because the game makes a mistake while trying to trash an item you are currently wearing. And I did this to the candies in my inventory, the medical herbs and the cups of wishes. All three of those items now are on count 0, as in technically 0 items. However, the game doesn't recognize 0 items in your inventories, and so you get actually 8 uses of those items. It's pretty useful. So, and now for the fruit salad. If I don't mess it up, and a little bit of luck, he should go really quickly. The first one will actually never hit twice, but the second one should hit twice. The third one should also hit twice. And if I get good damage rolls, I should kill him on the fifth one. I didn't count, so let's see. Maybe I got good damage rolls, maybe not. Nope. I didn't get good damage rolls, so I have to wait an additional cycle. However, execution-wise I didn't make any mistakes, which is pretty positive. The left spawn? You mean the right spawn? Stinger? Oh yeah. I feel like that was a pretty average cave with a less than ideal Tropicolor, but overall pretty okay. Yes. By the way, in roughly 2.5 hours I will have another mystery race in the SRL mystery tournament. So that's basically my deadline where I cannot run anymore. So I have to finish a run before that. So need my second controller to be ready. And let's go. I can equip the sprite here already. Ah, why did I already make mistake? Oh. Oh wow. I actually... That's what's supposed to happen. That cost me an unnecessary 5 seconds, I guess. So what I just did there is I activated my second controller, went into the... what's it called? Options menu for the D-pad. And, well, button configuration basically. And then I set the D-pad to be upside down, as in the D-pad here is now actually the correct way around, the way I'm holding it. And I do that to be able to manipulate wrong way again. I do that to be able to handle 2 characters at once without any major problem basically. Oh wow. I ran into the wall instead of running diagonally against it. Well, that was a minor time loss. No, don't talk to him! Throw your boomerang! Wow. So I need to level up my sword now to level 2 before I get to the second boss, which is the Spiky Tiger. He has 8 HP left. That was unfortunate. So that was one additional guy. Getting some fairy walnuts. 4 are enough for the entirety of the journey. Oops. I wanted to make sure I had 4. I wasn't sure I had 4 there. So, and now, for the 2 wolves. Let's hope they play along, and also let's hope I don't make any major execution mistakes. Wow, that was really good. That was pretty incredible. Unfortunate part is the sprite got the last hit, but those walls were incredibly good. Oh, that's the wrong lady. Also, I should have equipped before I used weapon. I was about 2 seconds lost in the menus there because I did them suboptimally. So now here I have to wait for this guy to spawn 3 guys and hopefully he will not. Oops. They will not spawn a chest. Okay. That was 2 additional guys. Wow, really? You do want to die, apparently. Hit him. Oh my god. That was not worth waiting for the bat to stand up. No! You bastard. Now I have to use a medical herb to remove that status effect. The walls went so well. I won't make mistakes. But it's really... Are you kidding me, lady? What am I doing wrong in this screen? Okay, well, whatever. There's the wolf up there. And I spawn an additional guy. It wasn't necessary. I got my weapon level up already. Oh, the girl got hit, which means she has to wait here. Oh, the girl is dead. I need to revive her before... Come on, what are you doing? Even as Ghost, you are walking the wrong directions. So yeah, that was pretty bad getting past those 2 wolves. Even cost me a couple pushes. Getting past those two wolves is also fairly tricky. Sometimes you can simply run past them and they don't do anything really. And sometimes they combo one of your characters until he dies, which costs a ton of time. So it doesn't matter who kills those guys because I already leveled up my weapon. So now here is the example of why I have to use two controllers. It is simply for using the Overcharge glitch, which you will see in a second. It basically allows me to one-shot bosses. So I charge up the weapon with my first controller, while getting in position with the second controller. Okay, he didn't get unconscious. The sprite is in position. Don't do that twice. And he's dead. Good fight. Which charge attack deals the most damage? Well, technically all of them, as in there is no specific charge attack that deals the most damage, since the damage is capped at 999. However, in theory, you would deal for certain attacks about 10,000 damage and others only 1,000. However, it doesn't matter since, as I said, the damage is capped at 1,000. So you have basically a wide range of overcharge attacks which deal the maximum amount of damage possible. And we choose specific overcharge attacks for specific situations, simply to be useful against the specific bosses. For example, for some bosses we only want an overcharge as normal slash, and for others we want the spin launch or whirlwind or whatever. Oops. Oops. I want to be the girl here because she has the sword to whack away the bushes. Okay, now I'm the sprite and... Ah! I'm supposed to run into that doorway. Hit him, otherwise he hits me. I should have equipped the whip earlier already. That was a mistake. Because now I had to go a little bit back and then forth again. So. Oh wow. Messed that up. The sprite crit that thing. And he's dead. And still, I split a little bit early. I don't think that should be a gold split. I actually didn't practice this one. So she's now in item. Items is up, and then I get to magic, I think. Also, I'm really bad at reading chat while playing. Because, let's put it like this, unlike other speedrunners, I don't really get on autopilot at all. So I always have to focus really well on the run, otherwise I make tons of mistakes. So, during stretches like this, I can then read a little bit. Okay, Ragnarok Seraphim. I make sure to explain this when I get to them. The wall face is after the next boss, so that's not too far away. And the other one is about 20 minutes away, if everything goes well. I could still mess up something and end the run like this. Unintentionally, obviously. Oh. We used to use frost weapons for the Earth Temple, however, with improved techniques, it is not necessary anymore. It's up. I even said it in my... Grr. I get so mad sometimes. Not really. You can hear how mad I am, right? Whatever. Oh, come on! Wow. Guys. Don't get hit like this. I should... That was my mistake, by the way. I should make sure that I have the boy in the lead on the right side to get past those slimes. Otherwise it gets really nasty really quickly. That wasn't exactly the plan. I wanted to spawn 3 goblins on the right side, so I wouldn't spawn any enemies on the left side. Since it spawned only a slime on the left side, it didn't really matter. So, I was quick enough with switching, so even the odd mess up there, where I would want to enter the room with the boy, didn't matter at all. Well... Weapons. So, this boss does usually the same. When I say usually, I mean usually. Because Secret Mana is a game about precision and decision making. In short, Secret Mana is extremely heavy RNG based, as in randomness is a very large factor. There is a usual case which we expect and hope for it to happen, which, well, I guess you could say the strategies revolve around. And then there are other things that can happen where we have to react to it. So when I say usually, I mean usually. About 10% of the time the fire guy just decides he does something else instead of waiting a little bit and then casting a spell, where we can simply one-shot him before that. And sometimes he simply disappears instantly, or Sometimes he simply starts casting immediately. So yeah. And I feel like the upcoming place is also an excellent dungeon to see that we have plans on how we travel through each room. However, depending on how the enemies behave, those plans don't always work out at all. So, last time I went outside here, I used the magic rope. However, if I would use the magic rope right now, it would send me back to the Earth Temple entrance. So that doesn't work. And bees. Sometimes running into walls is a valid strategy in this game. Come on, lady. Sometimes I have to gently guide them around enemies or obstacles. And in the upcoming cutscene, I want to be with the girl in the lead. Is why I switched. Thank you, Ron the Watcher. So let's see. By the way, I overcharge attacks by swapping out level 1 and level 2 weapons. It's all explained in the FAQ or the knowledge base, which you can find in my description on the Twitch page. I usually try to explain it at least once during the run. So, let's see how the ruins are going to behave. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. This guy rarely ever walks into my way. But today he decided it's a good day. So he did it. So, running up left here to despawn a tomato man on top of the stairs. Which spawns this guy, which I have to hit and run past. Which spawns this guy, which I have to simply run past. And normally there is a checkmaster, as in a horse from the chess. Ah, those runes were really good. It does not usually go that well. Oh well. So the upcoming boss is a wall, and ironically enough, he is also the first boss who has an evade rating, as in boss level evade rating, which is 99. This basically means, even if I would hit him with my weapons, as in I hit him perfectly with the spear or something like that, he can dodge. And he has approximately a 40% chance of dodging my attacks, so I only have a 60% chance to hit. I guess that's logical. So I simply have to be lucky to hit him here. Let's see whether I get lucky. And if I'm not lucky, I have to use some backup strategies, or, well, hope I can hit him with the second attack or something like that. Oh shoot. And like right there, he actually dodged. That should have 100% hit, and this one hit. So, by pure chance, he evaded the first attack, and by pure chance I hit the second attack. So, Up to now I could easily one-shot every single boss. Shut up. Oh. Yeah, by the way, if you don't manage to deselect the second controller, he has control over the cutscenes. I realized this a bit late right here. Where are you, Chema? Here's the trigger to teleport me outside. So yeah, in Secret of Mana, by the way, RNG is a large factor. However, depending on how well you handle that RNG, it can go better or worse. It also largely depends on where you have the unlucky RNG. In some places it doesn't really matter, it costs you about a second, something like that. For example here, I lost my running, usually I can't keep running. But that's not really a large time loss. However, if I'm unlucky, let's say on specific bosses, it can cost me up to 5 minutes, simply because the game doesn't want me to kill it. So yeah, by the way, in a tool-assisted speedrun, the tool-assisted speedrun basically runs through the Pandora fields, into Gaia's Dell, which is 20 seconds faster compared to me going over to the cannon and landing in here. However, there's so much randomness involved in getting through the fields without any major hiccup. It's much more consistent to go for the cannon anyways. So. Okay. Put a boy in the lead right here. So. Yellow throw you up there. Oh, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Some people call it a chicken, but I really don't know. They are simply there. By the way, in Secret of Mana there exist no bridges, as in you can never walk over one place and under it. It's always either one or the other. So in one place they basically replace a place where it should be a bridge with one of those things. Okay, I was lucky. The first attack simply missed because he evaded. The second attack hit, so that's nice. Thank you, Kirso. Yeah, in my previous run, oh, I had to select the boy there to use the magic rope. In my previous run, I missed the Kilroy, as in he evaded the attack about 5 times or something like that. It wasn't that crazy, but he evaded it way too often. So yeah, by the way, running is a great tool to manipulate my AI companions to get past enemies, since when you run, they will try to follow you instantly. And during the run, no pun intended, as in speedrun, the majority of manipulation is done to manipulate my AI partners to get past enemies and run through dungeons which is pretty interesting compared to most games where you manipulate enemies instead. So yeah. So let's see. Are the fish nice today? Who knows? Those fish were nice today. Sometimes they hit me. Let's see. Those guys were not nice today. However, it's still the fastest way to progress through that screen. Hoping they don't hit me is basically the best thing I can do. So by the way, in Secret of Mana, your melee weapon's hitbox, for example the spear, has twice the range in boss battles compared to outside boss battles. So I can hit bosses from quite far away. I assume that's to balance out the ranged weapons a bit. Also, some bosses like this guy here have very interesting hitboxes. This guy hitbox reaches way too far below his belly, or I guess his feet. So his hitbox, I literally flew right into his hitbox there. It's just nowhere near his heads, basically. Also, I messed it up. Just saying. The charge attack I tried to get was an overcharge normal slash. However, I pause buffered a little bit too early. And so I was stuck with the other attack, which wasn't quite powerful enough to one-shot the Jabberwocky. So I had to do it, kill him again, hit him again. So I activate the Mana Seed, talk to Luca, and then we are off. We don't have to talk to Chema, so we don't. That's simple, really. So yeah, pretty good start so far actually. The problem was, yesterday, the Frost Geigers and a little bit the Vampire and Buffy decided it was a little bit of a too good run. So it ended there. As in, it didn't end as in... I'm really bad with speaking today, even worse than usual. However, last run yesterday went really well in the first section as well. However, the problem was the Frost Geigers decided the run was going too well and delayed for about 2 minutes. That can happen. Yes, yeah, that's correct. Ragnarok Seraphim. And I have to talk to some Moogle to advance the story. It doesn't matter which Moogle, can even be a small one. So, by the way, most normal enemies don't have any evade rating. However, those hedgehogs right here, they have boss level evade rating. And I'm not joking when I say that. They have literally a 40% chance to dodge my attacks. This one on the left just dodged. The one on the right just dodged. This one I finally hit one. The girl hit both, which is pretty interesting. Both dodged! I should have hit both of them. Okay. Finally. Don't walk away, little guy. So yeah, that can happen. Those hedgehogs are usually really bad for hitting and delay me a great deal. Oh no! Oh my god. I messed up. What I messed up there is I should have unselected the second controller earlier, and so one character simply stood in place there. So that was my mistake for getting hit. Obviously. Who else's mistake it would be? Pure water, okay. Please don't be acid storm. Oh well. It didn't delay me for a huge amount, but it's always the time waste if an enemy gets a cast off. So I'm actually in kill range for the Spring Beak to kill me if he decides to. Let's try it. Spring Beak is interesting. If I hit his beak during any point, I will do 0 damage. Wow, he hit me. So I have to avoid hitting his beak at all costs. This should have hit, he evaded twice already. This should have hit as well. And this should have hit as well. Okay, this finally hit. Yeah. Basically, the misses you were seeing were 40% chance of, well, simply evading my attack. It's that simple, really. However, I should have hit. Now, as I said, if I hit the beak, my attacks would do 0 damage. So you have to avoid hitting the beaks at all costs. If you hear that zing noise, as in zing, very high-pitched noise, that means you have hit a shield of a boss. So there is a good chance that your attack is entirely negated. And when I said earlier, your melee weapons have twice the range they have in boss battles. In boss battles they have twice the range. So this means hitting the beak is incredibly easy. So it's pretty difficult to avoid hitting the beak with a large scale attack, let's say the Whirlwind. So you only want to use Overcharge normal slashes in a speedrun, or let's say straightforward attacks. It was pretty much a nightmare to fight against the Spring Beak when I didn't know about the defensive hitbox in his beak. By the way, Stinger, I think we should always position the girl, the sprite, right in front of the orb, so the wind blades hit immediately. So I need the girl in the lead, so I keep her without switching. Because I need the axe in here. He moved out of my way, how nice. That was excellent. So, in this town it's really laggy. And in the 3-player run, you would unselect 2 of the controllers to reduce the lag. Still a bit of fun trivia. Also, here's first mini-skip of the game. We skip a 30-second cutscene by repeatedly hitting select to move through this guy. Let's see, this is one of the worst places to run through. That gave me good RNG. And that didn't work out. Okay. That could have gone better, but it could have also gone a lot worse. I hit this guy. Nice. I didn't want to have the sprite there in the lead because I needed him to jump over the gap with the whip. As in, the owl has a very high chance of silencing the first target, so I want to avoid that. moving a little bit up, manipulate the enemies a little bit. Wow, that was impressive. That owls rarely attack without silencing a target before doing that. So that was pretty unlucky, all things considered. So, and here I want to switch character after casting a spell. Then I can still move during the text box for some reason. And now, here's the first boss who has more than 1000 HP, which means I cannot one-shot him. But also here's the last boss who has no evade rating, which means I already released it. If I hit him, as in if my weapon connects with him, he's dead. That was a bit risky, but it worked out. So, oh yeah, I didn't explain that yet. I can keep my current charge level. It doesn't matter if it's an overcharge or anything else. I can also keep a normal charge, like a level 8 or something like that. What I can do is I open the menu with the second controller, release the charge button with the first controller, close the menu with the second controller, and immediately hit the charge button again before the menu fully closes. And yes, a co-op run would be considerably faster. I would say it should be about 20 minutes faster with good luck and good execution. And it is a lot faster, let's put it that way. Because having to deal with, as I said earlier, the most manipulation I do is manipulating my AI partners. And I'm not joking about that. The way they react is really crucial.